Well, I would never have believed that a university job fair would be so useful. Never before have I felt so optimistic about starting my career.
I know, it's amazing how many contacts we've made. Had I known how useful job fairs are, I'd have gone to one ages ago.
Absolutely. And you got that offer of a placement at a marketing company?
I know. And what about the guy from the tech firm? Hardly had you started speaking to him when he offered you a job.
At no point did I think it was real. That would be my dream company to work for.
And I bet you can't wait to start there.
Well, I'm not going to let myself get carried away. Only when I get a confirmation email from him will I believe it's really going to happen.
Peter, I'm sorry to see you leave us before the end of your internship. I understand that you're going to work at an exciting new startup company.
That's right. It's funny, no sooner had you offered me a role here than I was contacted by a recruitment consultant. They told me about this opportunity and off I went for an interview.
It's a shame. Rarely have we had an intern as competent as you. Regrettably, we only had a temporary position available. Had we been able to offer you a full-time role, we certainly would have done so.
Well, thanks for saying that. I've really enjoyed my time here. Little did I expect that I would learn so much.
I'm glad the experience was useful for you. I just wish we could have kept you here. However, I completely understand why you want to take something more permanent.
Not only is it a permanent position, but it's also less than 15 minutes walk from my house. I'll save a lot of money on travel costs.
That's great. No wonder you chose to take up their offer.
To be honest, only after speaking with my parents did I decide to accept it. They convinced me that it would be the better career move.
Well, best of luck. Not only am I personally sad to see you go, but professionally too. I feel you'll be a big success in the years to come.
Look at these sentences. Never before have I felt so optimistic about starting my career. Rarely have we had an intern as competent as you. Not only am I personally sad to see you go, but professionally too. One way to add emphasis to a sentence is to use inversion. Inversion happens when we reverse the normal word order of a structure. Typically, we reverse the subject and the verb. We often do this after the following phrases and structures. No sooner than. Only when, if, and after. Not only, but also. At no time. Little. And third conditional structures. Look at these sentences. Hardly had you started speaking to him when he offered you a job. No sooner had you offered me the temporary job here than I was contacted by a recruitment consultant. When we describe events in the past, the adverbs hardly, scarcely, barely, and no sooner are often used to emphasize that one event quickly follows another. The verb describing the earlier event is often in the past perfect simple tense. Note that hardly, barely, and scarcely are followed by when in the second half of the sentence. No sooner is followed by than. Look at these sentences. Only after speaking with my parents did I decide to accept it. Only when I get a confirmation email from him will I believe it's really going to happen. We invert the subject and verb after only when, only after, and only if. Note that the position of the subject-verb inversion in the sentence appears before the second part of the sentence. Look at this sentence. Not only is it a permanent position, but it's also less than 15 minutes walk from my house. We use inversion with not only, but also. Note that we invert the subject and verb after not only. We don't invert the subject and verb after but also. Look at these sentences. Little did I expect that I would learn so much. At no point did I think that was real. We use inversion with phrases such as at no time, little, never, and at no point. These phrases often have a negative meaning. If we did not use these phrases, the clause would be negative. Compare these sentences. I didn't expect that I would learn so much. I didn't think it was true at any point. When we add these phrases, we make the sentence positive. Note that little emphasizes that something was unexpected. Look at these sentences. Had we been able to offer you a full-time role, we certainly would have done so. Had I known how useful job fairs are, I'd have gone to one ages ago. These are third conditional sentences. Here we remove the word if and invert